and welcome to Left Night with Kendra Dawsey. And now, here's your host, Kendra Dawsey.
Hi, everyone. How's it going, Zach?
I'm doing great. I am so happy to be back live with the greatest audience on all of Twitch.
Yes.
Our lovely viewers.
I'm also very happy to be back live. I love being live and in action. People could hear potentially a motorcycle outside my window, but thank you all Twitch viewers for being here and people watching the rerun on YouTube or people watching on Facebook everywhere.
Yes. We like those people too. We just don't like them quite as much.
Yeah, like to get the like upper tier friendship from Kendra and Zach, you need to watch the show live on Twitch. So if you're watching a rerun, sorry, you're not going to be allowed to come to my pool party.
Yes. You should have to write us a letter about why you couldn't watch. And it better be like a funeral or something. There better be a really good reason why you were unable to watch live.
We're like professors. You need to be like, oh, I can't come to this test because my grandma died. And if you lie to us, we'll figure it out.
Yes. I'm so happy that we're live. I'm giving up the coffee on today. I'm going to drink a beer.
Oh my God. I have a beer because I was doing a show before this.
All right.
Cheers. There we go. Hell yeah.
All right.
Red Stripe.
Hey. Something from Night Shift. Whirlpool.
Hell yeah. They're actually a pretty good brewery and they have pretty good COVID safety if you're interested in going. So
yeah.
They're not paying us to say that.
Hey, what's on your mind this week, Kendra?
Man, there's a lot going on this week, Zach. As I'm sure you will all know, everyone viewing at home, the occupation of Palestine has increased in severity this week. Tensions started in Sheikh Jarrah, the predominantly Palestinian neighborhood in East Jerusalem, and continued when Israeli security forces brutalized Palestinian protesters and worshippers at the Al-Aqsa Mosque, one of the most holy sites in Islam. Recently, after rejecting 2 truce offers, the IDF has announced that they plan on invading Gaza. They are doing it under the guise of defeating Hamas, but this action will surely involve more innocent lives taken. Here on Left Night, we'd like to identify Israel, along with the United States, Canada, and many others, as a settler colonial state. And when we talk about settler colonialism in the US, a lot of the violence involved is kind of hidden in narratives of America. There's the idea that people showed up here from Europe, and occasionally there were some natives in the way, but then we all ate turkey together and it was fine. But earlier this month in Sheikh Jarrah, right-wing Israeli citizens are using the law to explicitly evict people from their homes. Take a look here.
Jacob, you know this is not your house.
Yes, but if I go, you don't go back. So what's the problem? What are you yelling at me? I didn't do this.
But
it's easy to yell at me, but I didn't do this.
You are stealing my house.
And if I don't steal it, someone else is going to steal it.
No one is allowed to steal it, يا عمي.
זה לא שלי להחזיר.
בוא נגיד שיש
גם אני אצא.
So that's a video of someone taking their neighbor's house. The wildest part about this video is that this man with a pretty New York accent who has benefited from 2 colonial projects over the course of his life is able to take someone's home and be like, what? This has nothing to do with me. If I don't take it, like someone else is going to take it, like some sort of Woody Allen character. So those in the US government would like to equate Judaism with Zionism to make people unconditionally support any action of the Israeli government. But the truth is, Judaism is a millennia-old, diverse religious and ethnic identity that predates our modern conception of nation-states. The biblical Israel was established as part of a covenant between Jewish people and their God, but the modern Zionist Israel was established by the most ungodly of sources, the British Empire. Furthermore, support for Israel should not and cannot be the gatekeeper for support for Jewish people. Also, the reason why the US is so invested in Israel isn't because we actually care about Jewish people. We just need a buddy in the Middle East in case Saudi Arabia falls through. And right-wing Christians think the formation of Israel will bring about the rapture because of some Bible verse or something. I don't know, I'm heathen. A lot of supporters of Israel argue that the Jewish diaspora has been expelled from many countries, and there must be a region where they are allowed to defend themselves. It is true that anti-Semitism is a huge problem internationally, but I can't imagine that the solution is going to someone's home and then saying, I live here now. That's like if I, as a marginal person in the US, went to a place in Africa, went up to someone's house and said, since I am oppressed, this place is mine now. And that kind of did happen. Sorry, Liberia. Something you'll hear a lot of cowardly American politicians doing is condemning violence on both sides, which is some very weak all rockets matter shit. But what they aren't telling you is that in 2019 alone, the US gave $3.8 billion of aid to Israel. How are you going to both sides something when you're arming one of the sides? If you tell your kids to play nice, and then you give one of them a set of nunchucks, you're not allowed to ask who started this when they both crying. When they both start crying, you started this. Luckily, there's a movement so hot that all the girlies are passing laws against it. And that movement is BDS, Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions. BDS is a Palestinian-led movement whose end goal is to end the occupation and colonization of all Arab lands occupied in 1976 and dismantle the wall, recognize the fundamental rights of Arab Palestinian citizens of Israel to full equality, and respecting, protecting, and promoting the rights of Palestinian refugees to return to their homes. And it calls for boycotting and divesting from companies that explicitly profit from the Israeli occupation and settlements. It has nothing to do with boycotting random Jewish people in the States or anywhere else. So Sabra hummus, it's grown on occupied Palestinian land, and also it's gross, so it's out. SodaStream, a no-go. A bagel from Katz's Bagel Shop in Chelsea, perfectly fine. Get the pizza bagel. There's also encouraging companies and institutions like colleges to divest from Israel. And it is really all about shifting institutional support and not targeting Israeli and or Jewish individuals. So if someone says BDS is anti-Semitic, it should be noted that targets are selected based on their complicity in Israel's human rights violations, potential for cross-movement solidarity, and media appeal, not on their national origin or religious identity. According to the founder of BDS, Omar Barghouti, the majority of companies targeted are non-Israeli foreign companies that operate in Israel and Palestine. Other people will say, why boycott Israel? Aren't there other countries doing bad things? And we could break that down in a number of ways, but most importantly, we're doing this because it has been requested by Palestinians. And furthermore, if you don't like a company or a country's dealings, you could simply not buy anything. That doesn't make you feel good. Maybe you don't want the pizza from the one racist guy on the box, but what are your demands? For them to not be racist? For their pizza not to suck? Are you asking for the workers to be paid more? Do the workers want you to not buy the pizza? Activism isn't just pointing out that things are bad and voting with your dollar. There's some capitalist nonsense. Activism is about having a specific set of demands and goals and using whatever levers you can to apply pressure. It is most important to remember the way that international struggles are tied. BDS is modeled after the movement to boycott South African apartheid in the 1980s and early 90s. And it's not hard to see a through line from South Africa to Israel. In fact, Israel supported the South African apartheid regime long after their Western allies, specifically because they knew they would face the same scrutiny. It's also the same reason why a lot of white supremacists might hate Jewish people but love Israel. In a world full of nations built off of ethnicity and subjugations of people outside that ethnicity, this is kind of their whole thing. And speaking of white supremacists, many police departments in the US train in Israel and learn tactics from Israeli security and police. If we want to ensure that even the most unfortunate among us is able to be free, then we must work for the freedom of everyone. Here at Left Nite, we support a free Palestine, and we encourage those who are against the Israeli occupation to participate in BDS. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Hey folks, we here at Left Nite are really excited to see how the vaccine rollout is going, but there's still a lot of work to be done So there have been a lot of incentive programs that have been created to make people more interested in getting the vaccine. Some of them give you, giving you fries at Shake Shack, and some bars are giving you a shot, or you get a beer or something. So we here at Left Night wanted to take part in this. So we are going to put together an incentive program for our fans. So anybody who gets vaccinated between now and the end of June, who watches Left Night. Okay, see, the problem with this is we don't have anything. We have no stuff. I have like work stationery, so I could, if you want me to steal some pencils and Post-its or paper clips, I can steal some of those for you. You could have those. Kendra, I don't know what they have, but I assume Kendra has better taste than I do, so I assume they have something better than what I have to offer. So we'll just table that as sort of Kendra's mystery prize. I guess I could send a video to you. How about like a video where I yell at you and I call you an asshole, but in like a nice, funny way, but not in a sexual way. If you are sexually gratified by somebody yelling at you and being mean to you, you have to tell me before I make the video, because then it's not fair. Then I'm doing work that is probably a little bit more valuable. So I can't just give that to you for giving a vaccine. So those are the options. I can steal you some stationery. You can get whatever Kendra offers you, or I can yell at you and be mean, but only if it's not sexually arousing to you. So get vaccinated. I guess we got something for you. That's pretty good. We're all doing our part.
Zach, I feel like you should go into the dominatrix business, or like FinDom, I don't know, something. Yell at people for money. Why not? I feel like you'd be good at it. I feel like there's probably some like huge capitalist gay man that just wants to be yelled at from some that lives in Boston, and you can fulfill that dream for him.
Sure, yeah, but I don't think I can just make that a free prize for our viewers who get vaccinated. I feel like it's a more precious commodity. I have to save that.
Yeah, I feel like 5 minutes of you yelling is worth at least $100 if you like tailor it right, like custom made yelling. Right,
and we're trying to make this like, the Shake Shack fries are like $5, so we're trying to do like a $5 level prize.
Yeah, I got that.
But if you get vaccinated, tag us on I guess tag us on Twitter, and we will
sure, yeah.
We'll find something for you.
Yeah, I don't have. So Zach said that I have good taste. That's a lie. I don't have that much to offer. I have these stale almonds.
Okay.
Stale almonds. I have cranberries, and I have an air plant. I have this air plant because I'm a millennial who cannot afford a child, so I just take care of air plants. And I think
what is an air plant? Hold on.
Oh.
I don't know what this is.
Oh my God, I'll show it to you. So an air plant is a plant that doesn't need soil to grow. It gets like the nutrients that most plants would get from soil, from the air. You still have to like water them. I should actually probably put this one in water.
Is it like a tumbleweed?
No, it's not a tumbleweed. I feel like tumbleweeds are different. I wonder if tumbleweeds are air plants, but it's pretty green.
Okay. See, I said you have better taste. You're more cultured than me. I didn't know anything about air plants.
This is just me. I'm just a plant bitch. That's why I like worked in like environmental whatever. That's the only reason. Actually, I know about air plants because one of my friends who's gay and has impeccable taste introduced me to them. So
you have taste by association.
Yes. Yeah. Someone asked, are tumbleweeds dead or alive even? I think they are alive because they could grow. Like the tumbleweed could get bigger.
I don't. We'll have to pause this episode of Zach and Kendra's horticulture hour to return to what is going on in the world today. As always, wait, hold on. We came up with a name for this segment.
I was about to say, things are happening all the time. Things keep happening. Zach, what's happening this week?
Things are happening, and if you know of a thing that's happening that we just have to talk about, please say in the comments, because we are live and we will be able to. We would love to read what you think we need to talk about that's happening. I think a thing that's happening that we need to talk about is somebody hacked a pipeline, and now there's a gas. Like people are panicking about gas.
Yeah, okay. I'm laughing. It is fucked up because there are a lot of places on the East Coast, like especially in the South, where people are dependent on gas to get around. You know, like most of the South doesn't have the public infrastructure, where you wouldn't need to be dependent on gas. So it's fucked up. There are some things that are like fucked up about it, but didn't even know you could hack a pipeline. Like what? How do you do that? I don't even know how you do that. Also, apparently the way the pipeline was hacked, I read this on Twitter, which means it might not be true. But again, let's make up history to make fun of capitalists. Apparently, someone said they paid the ransom. Good job for those hackers. So a few things. The hackers are, they're called Dark Side. And I don't know if they're great, but apparently they don't target like nonprofit schools or hospitals, which seems pretty nice for a hacker group, right? Like okay, like target, the fucked up people. Also, apparently the way the pipeline was hacked was there was an email sent to someone on like who worked for the pipeline that was like, could you believe the cans in this one? It was like a Kansas cans is pun, and then it was a picture that was shown with a woman with large breasts.
Okay.
That was on like a Kansas cowboy team or something, like some sort of Kansas sports team. Someone clicked on that picture and then all their shit was fucked up. So this is what you get for being horny at work. If you want to see some titties, just look it up on your phone and don't fuck up travel for people for like an entire week, So
again, we can if we just harness the right ideas, it's so easy to take down American infrastructure. If you we're just going to awooga this country away.
Someone's just gonna wolf whistle and then all the bridges will collapse.
Yes.
I don't know. I tried. Okay, I'm also the way I feel when you talk about sports, Zach, is the way I felt whenever I try to read an article about this. I still don't really understand how you hack a pipeline, and if I have tried to understand.
Right. I mean, I think it's like similar to like when people's like sex toys were getting hacked and stuff.
You can hack a sex toy?
Didn't we talk about this on our show? That people had like a chastity belt or something that couldn't open. I think it's a similar thing where it's just like everything is computerized to a point beyond whether it's actually necessary.
Yeah.
And to a point where that it just leaves them open and vulnerable. I think. So I think it's just there's just like so much computerization of stuff that now we're gonna just sort of live at the whim of hackers and hopefully they do good.
Yeah. I guess I could see some reason for a pipeline maybe being hackable. Maybe there's some security measures that they want to put in. But people should be smart and not click on a picture of a woman with big tits.
What my question is, like, if you're already seeing the picture, what do you think you're gonna see if you click on it?
Maybe it was like, oh, you'll see her like her pussy as well. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not a man. I don't click on pictures of boobs at work. I do it on my phone like a normal person.
Right.
Like,
right.
just
there is
go to your
a
Twitter.
sort of very strong, like, there is no market for getting horny women to click on pictures. Like, to my knowledge, it is a very gendered sort of thing where there's not a lot of the, you very rarely see like hunky fake Facebook profiles
of men.
Of men, yeah, or it's very
Right.
it is sort of, at least, pretty gendered who is a target for these virtual honeypots.
Yeah, you're right. And that's why we just need to ban men from any computer related field. I think that's the solution. Imagine how strong this nation will be if there was just a bunch of straight women trying to be hacked by like some Nigerian dude like sending them a message on Facebook, and the women are like, no, that's dumb.
Yeah, that's what the Women in STEM initiative is really about. It's about curbing the horniness in the profession.
Because women are also horny, but instead of freaking like clicking on pictures, they just get a Bluetooth sex toy, and then hopefully, if that's hackable, like, what are you gonna do? Make the woman come twice as? I don't know. This is a very R-rated show.
We're getting real. I will say I did enjoy everybody's non-traditional gas cans that they were filling up.
I'm worried about people.
Yes. Well, you know what though? Another reason why New Jersey stays winning.
Because you have people pump your gas.
Yes. If you do not know, our motto: we pump our fists, not our gas.
Whenever I go to a gas station in New Jersey or anywhere where it's like not self-service, and someone approaches my car, my first thought is, what the fuck are you doing? And then I'm like, oh, I'm in New Jersey. This man is just paid minimum wage to pump my car. And then I feel bad. And I'm like, I would give you a tip, but I don't have cash on me because I didn't expect to have a like gas servant.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my criticism of New Jersey. Also, New York has better pizza. Anyway, what else is happening this week?
That's a whole nother episode. What? All right. I don't care about Liz Cheney. I hope the Republicans vote to feed her to wolves.
Well, I hope all of the, like, if they vote to feed her for wolves, I hope the wolf eats the rest of them as well. But like, I also am not very invested in Liz Cheney. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
But I do want lots of Republicans to suffer. But
Oh yeah, we got a shout out in the chat to Neptune, New Jersey's own Pete Neldas. Hell yeah.
Oh, I was like, I don't know what that is.
And then, all right, we got enough time for
like two more.
You want to talk about? Let's talk about the McDonald's strike.
Oh yeah, there's a McDonald's strike. So what is it? May 19th.
May 19th. Yes.
Don't go to fucking McDonald's. They are striking for $15 an hour minimum wage. I think McDonald's tried to give like some people at McDonald's a little bit more money, but nah, they need that $15 because I know y'all motherfuckers watching the show, you go into McDonald's stoned as fuck and you mutter like, oh, I want the 444. And you're not even at Wendy's. Those people deserve to get paid more for dealing with your high asses, okay? So, corporate gave 15. Did they give 15 to... Last I heard, they didn't give 15 to everyone.
I think a number of McDonald's are franchises, so they're not corporate.
Okay.
Yes. And May 19, as we all know, is National Steely Dan Day. So you can just chill out and listen to Steely Dan instead of going to McDonald's.
Going to McDonald's.
Yes.
Go to another fast food restaurant. I live in Eastie. I have Pollo Campero. If they go on strike, I do it. But maybe May 19th, I'll roll into the Pollo Campero and get some, like, whatever. 5% are corporate. So, like, not that many. Franchises, you need to step your motherfucking game up.
Yep. Small business tyrants.
Yeah, McDonald's people need to get paid. because you know what? Sometimes I too enjoy a chicken sandwich, and I want the people making that chicken sandwich to get a vaguely fair wage. Someone said, I don't know who this person is. Someone said that you look like a pickup artist.
I'm in that I'm attractive, maybe, but I don't see it otherwise.
I feel like that's low-key an insult, trying to call you a pickup, because you're like a nice.
Yeah, that's not my. I don't know, because I have long hair. I don't know. I think they're just saying I'm attractive.
Oh, okay. So if you want to hit on Zach, you can slide into his DMs. Anyway, what else is happening this week, Zach?
So all right. So I think we got to close the show now.
Oh, you're right.
It's 7:59.
Okay. So one thing that's going to happen is we're going to close this show. What are your closing remarks, Zach?
Yes. Okay. So, just sort of piggybacking off of our opening monologue segment about the idea of colonialism and land occupation. Some people will very cynically ask you, if Israel doesn't have a right to defend itself or a right to exist, what does that mean about America? Does America not have a right to exist? And I have a sort of, it's a very nuanced question, but I have a 4-point plan to explain the answer to that question. Does America have a right to exist? Number 1, no. Number 2, of course not. Number 3, hell no. Number 4, obviously not. Thank you.
All right. You heard it from the pickup artist's mouth.
Yes.
America.
Yes. America, you'd be so much prettier if you didn't just have all of that exploitation and genocide.
Yeah, America, you could really get even more people to be into you if you stop exploiting a specific part of your population. Did you know that, America? Also, your flag is ugly. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for watching this week's edition of Left Night, first live show in a while. As always, stick around for Quarantine Action Wrestling, and if you enjoyed this show and lots of other shows on the network, sorry, I burped because of the beer. You should sign up for our Patreon. 2MB Studios Patreon. You could give as low as $2, as much as I think $20, but give $100 if you're like Elon Musk feeling guilty or whatever, to this network and support the people who work so hard to make all of this happen. So thanks for watching. Stick around for Quarantine Action, and we will see you next week.